Nigeria is no longer begging opportunities. I love Nigeria because they no longer beg for opportunities. What they are doing currently is that they are aggressively taking these opportunities from South Africans. Aggressively taking them from South Africans. South Africans are messing up big time. South Africans are messing up big time. As they are messing up big time, Nigeria is there to fill the gap. Nigeria is there to fill the gap, and as Nigeria is there to fill the gap, they are pulling in investors. In this video, I'll give you reasons why Nigeria is quietly absorbing opportunities from South Africa. Important reasons, very good reasons. Before I give you those reasons, I'm going to give you reasons why. In fact, I'll give you sectors in which South Africans are messing up and not doing the right thing. They are not doing the right thing, and as they are not doing the right thing, investors are leaving. Investors want to go where they are going to see growth, where they are going to scale their capital, where they are going to see profit. Nigerians are there for investors. They are ready to welcome investors. Where South Africa is messing up, Nigeria is there to take over, to say come and invest in Nigeria. So in this video, I'm going to give you reasons why what South Africa is doing that is not good for investors, and what Nigeria is doing that is good for investors. And by so doing, Nigeria is aggressively taking opportunities from South Africa. Come and invest in Nigeria. We have the opportunities in Nigeria. Come, and they are winning. Many companies are investing in Nigeria. You get. So the first reason why South Africa is messing up and Nigeria is aggressively getting this opportunity is that they have a slow growth. South Africa has a very slow growth. Their economic growth is very slow. They are stable. Yes, their economic growth is stable. Now they don't want to upgrade. It's very slow, and the market demand is very slow as well. You get, the market demand is very slow as well. So South Africa's economic growth is very slow, and this pushes investors away. It pushes investors away. As it is pushing investors away, Nigerians are there to get those investors. Nigerians are getting those investors. Why? Because the Nigerian economic growth is growing every day. Like, they are seeing that no, the Nigeria has a market potential, and investors are really putting their eyes in it. They are really interested in the Nigerian growth because they see that no, Nigeria has a very big market potential and they are going to make money out of it. You get. Another aspect why investors are no longer running away from South Africa is that South Africa has high unemployment, especially among youths. High unemployment rate, especially among youths, are very lazy. They don't want to work. Whereas in Nigeria, youths are innovative. Like, they have that problem solving skill, that entrepreneurial mindset, where they want to do things, they want to work, they want to solve problems, look for problems and solve solutions. When you create value, money comes your way. So that is why they have able youths, skilled youths, talented youths who are able to work Nigeria. And this is seriously pulling investors from South Africa, pulling investors big time. Investors are leaving South Africa to come and invest in Nigeria because Nigeria has the youth. South Africa have youth, but they are unemployed, and then they are not skilled. They don't want to work, nothing like that. While Nigeria is there with everything. Nigeria has everything that those companies want. I'm telling you, weak customers demand compared to Nigeria expanding market. South Africa has a very weak customer demand compared to South Africa to Nigeria market. Nigeria market is very big. It's very big. Anything you sell in Nigeria, you are going to make money because Nigeria has a very large population. Nigeria has a very large population, and in that population, the consumer demand there is very high. People need goods and services, and if you provide those goods and services, I bet you are going to make a lot of money. And that is what Nigeria is doing, seizing opportunities, aggressively seizing these opportunities from South Africans. South Africans are messing up, and Nigerians are there to seize this opportunity. You get. So, and then there's chronic electricity shortage. There's a lot of electricity shortage in South Africa, and businesses do not want to spend, do not want those kind of losses. Like, you are doing something in the factory and all of a sudden there's no light, they cut off light, and as they cut off light, is not good. In South Africa presently, they shed light. When I mean they share light, in the sense that there's a particular area that will have light for a particular period of time. When after that period of time, they send light to another area again in South Africa, another particular period of time you get. So and by so doing, companies are not comfortable with it. Companies are not comfortable with it at all. And as they are not comfortable with it, investors are shifting to Nigeria. Nigeria's electric power is increasing, is improving, and as it is improving, investors are seeing that no, it's improving. Then I should get into Nigeria and do business with them. It is seriously improving. Policies and law uncertainty scares long-term investors in South Africa. South Africa does not have stable policies. They don't have stable laws. They keep changing them. The more you keep changing policies and laws, you scare away investors who have long-term businesses to do in the country. When you scare away investors, what do you expect? Investors will normally leave South Africa and come to Nigeria and invest. And they are investing because Nigeria policies are very good, very very good. All these aspects are pushing investors away. And investors are looking for other alternatives. And another alternative is Nigeria. Nigeria is there to receive everybody. Come and invest in Nigeria. Nigeria is a very big place where you can invest and make money. There's a lot in Nigeria, I bet you a lot. Nigeria is Nigeria is filling the gap quietly and aggressively. Nigeria is filling the gap that South Africa has opened quietly and aggressively, and I'm going to give you how they are filling. I'm going to tell you how they are filling those gaps and what are they using to fill those gaps. You get why South Africa is struggling. Nigeria is absorbing opportunities in multiple sectors, like the market. Nigeria's market is massive. Nigeria has the biggest market in Africa. Nigeria has Africa's largest population. Nigeria's market, it is population. Without the population, you don't have any market. So Nigeria has the biggest market and the biggest population. Because of its population, it's attracting a lot of investors. You get bigger. When you have a bigger market, you will normally have more customers, and in that customers, you will be able to scale up your business, and you will be able to get relevant data that you are going to use to scale up your business. And that is what investors are looking for. You get relevant data that you use to scale up your business. And then another aspect is that Nigerian tech and fintech is increasing, is improving, is stable as we speak. Why that of South Africa, they are messing up, and by so doing, Nigeria is using that opportunity to attract investors to them. And as they are attracting investors are coming in. Nigeria is home to major fintech companies and platforms used across the continent. Yes, host to many fintech companies that work in Nigeria and work across the continent in other countries. Nigeria is hosting many fintech companies, and it's a very good thing. An investor wants to do business in a country where the monetary system is friendly, the monetary system is friendly, the banking system is friendly. It will benefit them as well. They'll be able to see their profit. You get. So Nigeria is Africa's largest startup ecosystem by funding. Many ecosystems, especially when it comes to fintech and tech, are based in Nigeria. Nigeria has the highest fintech company, hosts the highest fintech companies. African biggest fintech market is in Nigeria because they have many fintech companies. You get. These investors mostly use Lagos as their testing ground. Why do I say investors use Lagos as their testing ground? Many startup companies, first of all, launch in Nigeria. And when they launch in Nigeria, where do they go to? They go to Lagos. Lagos has a very big population. Lagos is very popular in Nigeria. Everybody wants to come and stay in Lagos. You get. So they use Lagos now as their testing ground. When they test the product they have or they are producing in Nigeria, the product or service they are producing in Nigeria, goods and services they are producing in Nigeria, if it works perfectly well, that's when they'll be able to expand to other regions in Nigeria. When they expand to other regions in Nigeria, it is successful. They'll be able to expand regionally to other African countries, and as they expand to other African countries, it is a good thing. They make money and everything moves on smoothly. The Nigerian economy increases and Africa's economy increases as well. Many companies are expanding operations in Nigeria. They are really expanding operations in Nigeria. They are prioritizing Nigeria for pilot projects and innovations. They're using Nigeria as a pilot project. Like they want when they want to begin a business, they start in Nigeria. They use Nigeria as a center point. Nigeria, especially Lagos, as a center point to begin businesses. That's why I say Nigeria has the biggest startup businesses in Africa. The biggest startup businesses, and when it works, that is it. It moves ahead. That's why Nigerians have the entrepreneurial mindset. They have the entrepreneurial mindset. They have their skill, problem solving skill. It's embedded in them, and they are attracting investors. Investors are coming. That is something South Africa is not doing. South Africa is not doing that at all. They don't think positively to see how they can arrange their systems in order to attract investors. Things are becoming very slow. The economic growth is very slow, and as it is slow, it's pushing investors away. Nigeria is no longer seen as too risky. Nigeria is seen as too big to be ignored. Nigeria is seen as too big to be ignored. People used to say Nigeria is risky, but now investors are saying that Nigeria is too big to be ignored, which means that there's a lot in Nigeria. You come into Nigeria, you create opportunities for yourself, and you are going to make money, a lot of money, and investors are coming into Nigeria seriously. There's something about capital growth. Capital is leaving South Africa and coming into Nigeria. Seriously, companies are fleeing South Africa to come and invest in Nigeria. You get, investors today care about growth potential, demographics, long-term returns. They care about long-term returns, growth potential, demographics. No investor wants to come and invest in a country where there's no growth potential. They don't see long-term returns, they don't see money. And by so doing, Nigeria is offering them exactly what they want. Why do I mean Nigeria is offering them exactly what they want? Nigeria is offering them a young population, a global young population. Like the population of Nigeria is very big. That's a very big market, and they have in that population they have youths below the age of 30 who are able to work, very skilled youths, talented youths. And in that same population they have consumers. And then why do I say Nigeria is a perfect fit for investors? Nigeria has a rapid urbanization. Like urban development in Nigeria is very rapid. People are building big houses, big estates, modern estates. Real estate in Nigeria now is something people are getting into, and it's a very very good thing. That's why I keep pulling investors to come and work in Nigeria, come and invest in Nigeria. And there's a strong demand in fintech. As long as money circulates in the country perfectly well, I bet you are not going to lack investors. Investors will come because they know that no matter what, money is going to circulate to everybody, it's going to reach everybody. And as your goods and services reach to everybody, they will be able to use them, and they'll be able to pay, and your money gets to you in peace, no problem. Capital is quietly shifting towards where growth is faster, not where systems are older. Capital is shifting to where growth is faster, not where systems are older. South Africa is old, they don't want to improve. While Nigeria, their growth system is growing faster, and it is seriously attracting investors. We thank the Nigerian government. Why do I say so? We thank the Nigerian government because they are doing a great job, a very very good and great job, in the sense that they have arranged they have arranged the reforms and policies to suit investors. Nigeria's government reforms is Nigeria's government reform is building investors' confidence. Nigeria's government reform is building investors' confidence. Seriously building investors' confidence, and as it is building investors' confidence, they are able these reforms help open the Nigerian market for investors to come and invest. These reforms help open the Nigerian market for investors to come and invest. These reforms improve transparency. You cannot do a business in a country and it's not transparent. They keep lying, doing this and that. No. So the Nigerian government is seriously doing a great job, thanks to the president Bola Tinubu is doing a great job. The South African presidency has a lot to do. You get. And then these reforms signals that there's seriousness. There's seriousness in the country, and as there's seriousness in the country, investors are interested to come and work and invest in that country. And they are making a lot of money out of it. Where South Africa is messing up, Nigeria is getting the opportunity. In fact, it's seizing it aggressively, like quietly taking it, and in fact, they just need to seize it aggressively. I'm telling you, global investors are patient with Nigeria's volatility because the upside is massive. They are patient with Nigeria's volatility because the upside is massive. Investors are seriously waiting. They are patient with Nigeria. They are patient with Nigeria because the way things are moving, Nigeria is going to skyrocket. Nigeria is going to move up, 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 and by so doing, they'll keep pulling investors towards them, and investors will keep coming, and it's a good thing. When South Africa is messing up, Nigeria is there to fill the gap, and as they are filling the gap, they are attracting investors to come and invest in the country, and the Nigerian economy is growing bigger. As the Nigerian economy is growing bigger, the African economy is growing bigger as well.